Hello, everyone. It's me, Gregory. I am the Dragon King, and welcome to the Dragon's Den. First things first, this hairstyle of mine I do not like. It was cut in a certain way where I thought it might have looked good at first, but clearly, I'm known for the afro. I have been for the last couple of years, and apparently. It's just not going the way I'd like anymore. So I'm gonna keep on growing it, and then so it can just fully grow out, and then we'll go from there. But it does look shiny and all that stuff, right? Right. Okay. So I haven't been here probably a week because again, you want me to do more videos. I'm gonna have to see more people subscribing. And for those few subscribers that I have, very few, which is going to change because I believe that it will. I know that it will. You guys tell me what type of stories you want. We do current intelligence and funny things that are going on. So that covers the spectrum of things. But I want to stay with the politics. I want to stay with the LGBTQ issues. I know that those are the issues that affect me and have some importance in my life, and it should have some importance in yours if you're black, if you're gay, if you're transgender, bisexual, lesbian, and because politics is just doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been around 52 years, and when I was cognizant of what politics was and how it all actually works, I've never seen it until the last 8 years or 10 years how politics is really intrusive in our lives in terms of making laws, policies, regulations that affect us on a day-to-day basis. So it's really important that we talk about that. I gotta get this right. Let me see. Okay, it's just gonna have to go just like that. It's just gonna have to be like that. So, um, yeah, I just wanted to say that, and I'm going to be covering some stories today that kind of coincide with what I just mentioned. But also, I got some great news for you all. I'm gonna save it to the end. As a matter of fact, let me write it down before I forget. And I've already done a little posting, a little tease on Twitter. You'll all have to go out over there and see it. So I will tell you all about it. So yeah. The first story we're going to get into is from LGBTQ Nation. And we know that I've said it many, many times. There's a lot of pushback that is going on in our community, the LGBTQIA plus community. The pushback started back when Trump got in office. It really, really started back then. I don't think it started anywhere else other than the start of his presidency when he was the president of the United States. Okay, so, and we saw it recently last summer with Dylan Mulvaney and the whole Bud Light issue and what was going on there. I broke that down to you in a previous video if you all want to go check that out. Um, I kind of broke that down and I wanted you all to see exactly what was going on, mentally from a psychological standpoint of what the picture really of the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light thing was. I have seen a lot of Bud Light commercials with Peyton Manning. He's trying to get people to drink Bud Light during the Super Bowl. So I think it's on its way back. And Donald Trump recently, he said in a tweet that I'm sure it was a couple of weeks ago. He said in the tweet that we all can go back to drinking Bud Light now. I've always been drinking this shit. It's you motherfuckers that are MAGA supporters and all of that Trump stuff, has stopped drinking it and all that, which is ridiculous. It's beer, right? So, but that was an agenda because Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, they paid, they had lobbyists that that paid that came that they had their lobbyists that contributed to Trump's one of his campaign finance dinners, paid him a certain amount of money. Hey, we're gonna do this. Please say go drink Bud Light again. And Rachel Maddow covered this about 3 weeks ago about why he made the change, and we know why they made the change because Bud Light. This is not alleged; these are all facts. Rachel Maddow broke it down, showed the whole thing how the lobbyists for Anheuser-Busch, InBev, I think that's their name. They paid some money on his campaign. He changed his mind. So, we all knew there was a reason for it, but whatever. So there's that. But this is a similar situation in this first story, what I'm about to mention. This involves clothing. So, right wing. This story I got it from LGBTQ Nation, and it was done by a Greg Owen. LGBTQ Nation, I always go to them as my source for accurate, consistent, and just real defined LGBTQ news. But I'm also smart enough and intelligent enough and use common sense to go other places. But I find that the LGBTQ Nation's information, their articles, their stories are really on the cusp of what's happening, like hours and days. Things happen. A lot of these resources are not doing that. And LGBTQ Nation, I'm not getting paid by them or endorsed by them, but I am endorsing them on just a common sense and accuracy level that they are really on top of things, and thankfully we have them around. So this story is from LGBTQNation.com, and it's done by a Greg Owen. It says right-wingers pledge to boycott the North Face clothing company. They make, they're known for their coats. They branched out into other things, of course. North Face sponsors an LGBTQ summer camp. And the subtitle says that the conservatives are upset that kids are having the LGBTQ kids are having they're having fun. The LGBT kids, their families are having fun. And see, I don't understand that. Like, we're talking about something that's innocent as summer camp, right? What makes people think that people that we support are not going to support us as the gay community? North Face is a multi-million, probably billion-dollar brand. It's not just straight people that are wearing those coats, those jackets, those caps, those gloves, those vests, those boots or whatever they have in the store. But it's not just straight. You don't get those type of sales when it's all straight people in your retail shop that's known globally. North Face is a global name. North Face is a global name. So much so where there was, I don't know if it was some type of prank or some type of mockery of their brand. Somebody came out with South Butt, which was very disrespectful and very kind of not on brand, and it was offensive, and it was making a mockery of North Face, the company, And so they put a cease and desist on their ass, and you ain't heard from. I've never seen anything like it since, and that's a good thing. But that just shows you the reach that they have, okay? That shows you that everybody knows about them, that they would try to make some type of mockery parody out of their company, which they can do because the company is thriving quite well. But getting back to what I was saying, what ignorant, straight person who doesn't have common sense, who doesn't have a bit of intelligence, who hasn't traveled around the world, who haven't been in their own neighborhood or in their own city or an event, and think that every time they went somewhere, every time something was being purchased, such as the North Face clothing apparel, that it was going to be straight. It's only straight people buying these fucking clothes. That company, no company in the world, whether it's a closeted gay or open gay or bi-curious gay, lesbian, transgender person, you know, you don't get those type of sales. And it's only straight people buying that product. It's 7, 8 billion people in the world. Not 7,999,999,999 people were straight on this planet. And only the one person is a homosexual. That's not how this shit works. So when you walk into Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola is legend when it comes, they are the beverage giant. Pepsi is number 2. I prefer Pepsi, but you know, whatever. Coke will do if it's on sale. However, where Coca-Cola did not become the giant it is, you know, thinking that only straight people was going to buy their soda. Because at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck who's buying their soda. Only thing they care about is people are buying it. They don't care if your mama is buying it, your grandpa, your uncle, your sister, your stepfather, your co-worker, your supervisor, your mailman, as long as somebody is buying that shit. That's the only thing that matters to these companies. Yeah, they will do some politically correct shit every now and then. That's to appease, that's to keep, that's to retain that particular community. That's just how it works. We ain't gotta like it, but that's just what it is. But by no means does North Face make all the money that they make with only straight people purchasing their fucking product. So when you have this situation where North Face is sponsoring the LGBTQ summer camp, is it solely based on profit? Possibly. It is a company. It is a capital. We are a capitalistic country. Or is it that, and also we know, we understand that those same people we supporting in this summer camp work in our company. They've made this company a success. So why not sponsor? Why not, you know, why not? So for all you motherfuckers that are reading this and seeing this, and you are conservative, you're one of those what you call it, those, not outliner, but those people who live outside and very masculine and all this shit, go, you know what I'm saying, sell your stuff to only straight folks and see if your business is going to make money, okay? Sell your Coca-Cola, you know what I'm saying, your soft drink to only people that's straight and see if you're going to make some money, okay? Sell your cheesecakes, you know what I'm saying, to only straight people to see if you're going to make some money. You understand me? Sell your electronic equipment to only straight people and see if you're going to make some fucking money. You're going to be bankrupt within 48 hours. I keep telling y'all, the buying power of gay folks is number 2 behind black people. You know. So, what does it mean? Someone who truly understands what business is. Now, nobody is forcing you to do certain things, like the gentleman, I think it was somewhere in Oregon or Seattle, where he didn't feel like he should have been forced to make a wedding cake, and the judge ruled in his favor. That's fine. Nobody is forcing you to make a cake. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to make a lesbian cake with 2 lesbians or 2 gay people on the top tier. That's fine, but we're going to go somewhere else. And we're going to give them their money. And that's fine too. Competition is good. The only problem I saw with that is, if you got 12 gay weddings and only 1 straight wedding, and 12 gay couples are willing come to your bakery and have all their cakes made, you do the math. Because I'm not that great at math, but I know that math wouldn't be mathing if I was a business owner. That's all I'm saying. Do what you want. But that math would not be mathing if I was a business owner. Because it's a cake. It doesn't affect your religion. Again, you don't have to do shit you don't want to do as an entrepreneur, proprietor of an establishment. But it's an inanimate object. It's a cake. You're not going to be at their wedding. You sure as hell ain't going to be on the fucking honeymoon. What's the point? But it is what it is. So, that's that story. Hopefully y'all will get something out of it. The second story is, again, from LGBTQ Nation. And it is done by Molly. Let's look this up, because I may have forgotten. Let's look this up. Okay. Did I lose y'all? Hopefully not. Did I lose you? Okay. I didn't lose nobody, did I? Okay. This story is done by a Molly Sprayrigan. Okay? And it's by Molly Sprayrigan, something like that, right? So, the story basically says that Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who's a Democrat, signed a law on Monday that adds crucial protections for LGBTQ couples using fertility treatments to build a family. The Michigan Family Protection Act includes a series of provisions to protect families of all kinds, most notably for the LGBTQ plus community. It changes outdated state law to treat LGBTQ families equally and eliminate the need for them to go through a costly and invasive process to get documentation confirming their parental status, as a press release from the governor's office explains, adding that even if they move to a state that does not respect these basic rights, these bills help ensure they cannot be denied their relationship to their child. So that's the gist of it. What does that mean? It basically means this right here. If I decide to get married or adopt a child as a homosexual man, or as a couple who is in a relationship with them, and we decide to adopt a child, I'm in the state of Wisconsin right now, okay? If I leave and go somewhere out west, I wouldn't go down south to raise a child. It's just not, I would never. Not in this day and age. Just, no. Go out east or something like that. That state I will be allowed to still have those parental rights. And that's a wonderful thing, especially with the exodus that is going on. Oh yeah, did I read? I gave y'all who it was. Bye. Okay, I did. The exodus that is going on in Florida right now with trans people, gays, bisexual, they're all leaving. Not all of them, but a significant amount. There's an exodus. So much so where Florida is paying people to come. They are running commercials like they've never ran commercials before to come there and stay and do this and do that, right? It was evident that it was going to happen with Governor DeSantis, the whole Don't Say Gay, removing pride flags from places, removing African American education, history out of schools. Florida is a fucking mess. You know, for a gay person, unless you are in those circles and lying to yourself about how it affects you, or you just don't give a shit because that's where you was raised, and you're gonna run the risk of being threatened and hurt and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And because you're going to stand your ground, by all means, you do what you do. But for everybody else that don't want to deal with that, they're leaving. So this particular law in Michigan will help people go anywhere they want, especially if they want to go travel. Because a lot of times, gay couples that have adopted children, they go different places, they're looked at, you know what I'm saying? You don't want all of that going on. Or you might just want to get the fuck out of Michigan. You know, you might just want to leave. You may want to raise your child somewhere else. One of the couple, the gay couples, the lesbian, whoever, they may get a job somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that job is, they may be able to get a cheaper home, more land. You know, in another state, they can take their family with them without it being a problem. So it's a wonderful thing. So kudos to the governor for doing that. Okay. The third story of the day is MSN.com. You know, you can go find it, search it, whatever it is, right? It says, this is an op-ed piece. For those of you who don't know what an op-ed means, it means an opinion piece. You know what I'm saying? It's an opinion piece, that's all it is, right? And it was done by Aaron Strecker. Aaron Strecker. And I really like that name. It's kind of remind me of Colonel Stryker, you know what I'm saying, from the X-Men. That you gotta know why it makes sense for me to say that. So it says how the '90s X-Men cartoon saved a generation of queer kids. Right? By the '90s, I was already early like 18, 19, 20. So, but I don't think X-Men '97 didn't come around. X-Men didn't come around till a few years later or whatever it was. But that is so true. That cartoon, although I was already, out sort of in the military, but definitely when I got out of the military, I would watch the X-Men because it reminded me of just trying to an X-Men '97 is what they're doing now on Disney Plus. As a matter of fact, tomorrow on the 10th, they should be showing a new episode. I think it's episode 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jubilee Storm. Okay, I think it should be episode 5 on Disney Plus. And by the way, the whole X-Men '97 on Disney Plus is really, really good. Really, really good. I should have did a review on it, but see, I did say this was gonna be a current, funny, and intelligent channel, but I don't know. I might do it. If y'all want me to do it, somebody's, I don't know. Ain't enough of y'all watching for me to do it, but I might just do it any fucking way because it is entertaining. I love cartoons. And just a little side note about X-Men '97. I like the fact that they did not downplay Storm's powers because she is Omega level. It's about time. Because even in the Fox movies, when Halle Berry played her, I loved me some Halle back then, but I really didn't think that, aesthetically she gave it justice. I mean, Halle Berry was the it girl back in then, so of course they're going to give the role to her, but there were a lot of other qualified, like Iman. Iman was just beautiful back then, and she still is beautiful. She on HSN now, being the entrepreneur that she is, but she's married to David Boyd. She would have been the only choice that I would have wanted to have played Storm in the X-Men, because I could just so see that. She's from Africa. She can control. She's a weather witch. She can control Mother Nature. She's tall. She's beautiful. Beautiful melanated, dark, gorgeous, chocolate skin, beautiful voice, accent, just killer all day. I would have loved it, to see Iman play Storm, but it just didn't happen. But that would have been a better choice for me. Halle Berry did okay, you know what I'm saying? But I like Halle Berry, and I was a big fan, you know what I'm saying? But I wish Iman they should at least offered it to her, you know what I'm saying? Because that would have been one of the best moves that they ever made, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't the it girl, she was in her own right, but Halle Berry was the new it girl, right? So it is what it is. But so yeah, the '90s X-Men did a lot for people. Although I had already kind of came out to my family, now it was just kind of like really kind of a walking the walk, talking the talk type thing. And I will watch that show. But with X-Men '97 on Disney Plus, that's the 5th episode is gonna air tomorrow on the 10th of April, 2024. It's gonna be really good. I like how they got everybody just being themselves. You know, yeah, I like Forge and Storm together. They make a hot couple. I like them together. And, you know, she don't forgive him. She slapped the shit out of him for lying about that machine because it was that device that he created that had her lose her powers temporarily. Because, you know, on Mega level, they just laying dormant. We just got to pray that Storm's powers are laying dormant right now. But, yeah, and they are because, you know, if you know the comic books and all of that. Oh, my hair does look good. It does kind of look good. Okay, all right. I'm gonna give it a chance. Okay, so that's that story. So y'all go watch X-Men '97 on Disney Plus. It's worth the watch. And if you are queer, uh, just watch. And if you ain't, and you got a problem with it being queer, it's a fucking cartoon. It's a fucking cartoon. Nobody's trying to brainwash your children or brainwash your no pussy getting ass, because most of y'all is complaining about it. Ain't nobody has to worry about y'all being gay, and you ain't getting no pussy no fucking way. Okay, yes, I said it. Okay, and no ass, because some of y'all are living in your mama's basement, you know, doing all type of shit unless the basement is hooked up. You know, unless it's got all the amenities and it's fucking like state of the art, then you go ahead and keep living in your mama's basement. The fourth story, Charlemagne. Charlemagne. Now, I don't know why he got Charlemagne to God, because he'll never get God's status. I don't give a fuck how many franchises him and his wife own. I don't care how much Black Effect, where he in charge of that on the iHeart podcast. And by the way, by the way, I had tweeted I tweeted something like a month ago, and I said something to the effect that if I had enough money to buy the controlling interest in iHeart podcast, I would get rid of the fucking Breakfast Club. Well, not get rid of it, but retool it. We're going to get back to that in a second. Okay, Charlemagne, the No God. That's what we call him. Charlemagne has recently been doing a lot of how can I put this and not have to delete this out. He's been doing a lot of come on, y'all gotta help me out. He's been doing a lot of I'm trying to think what I need to say here. He's been doing a lot of you know, the animal with that looks like they're a burglar. They goes in people's garbage cans. Goes in people's garbage cans. Goes in you know, but he looked like he a burglar. The little animal goes in people's garbage cans. So take you know what I'm saying. Take the RA off of that word, and you get Charlemagne. He been behaving like that, okay? And so, cause you know you got this YouTube, you gotta do all the little fangling, you gotta watch what you say and all this old country ass shit. Because you know, I mean, I'm about political correctness, but you know, they doing too much. So he was recently on Comedy Central, but before we get to that though, who told Charlemagne? Who gave him the badge of speaking for every black person out here? What initiation process, what committee, what league of unextraordinary people gave him that authorization? Because every time that man's opened up his mouth, he is not speaking for black people. He is not speaking for all black people, all black men. He is speaking to a certain mindset. Now, depending on how you were raised, depending on where you come from, you may agree with everything he said. And by the way, that interview that him, DJ Envy, and just No Hilarious, and that chair she in, all of them need to go to regular. Ain't nothing royal about none of them. DJ Envy, Charlemagne, and just No Hilarious, ain't nothing royal about them. Just get in some regular fold out chairs, because that's the best y'all gonna do mentally. Ain't nobody believing y'all would ever come from royalty. Now, I don't give a fuck if it was diamonds and gold chains everywhere. Ain't nobody gonna believe. Just definitely not with Jess. Definitely not. Because you got Jess that she want to protect all women. But she can't answer. She want to protect all black women, but she's sitting next to a black woman that destroyed every time she opened up her mouth. It was a destruction of black people and the things that they were doing. Now, some of it she may have been right about, but a lot of it she wasn't. But she was pandering to that audience on whatever Hardwire, wherever she was, before the Jewish guy booted her the fuck off that show once she didn't agree with the terminology. Right? It's a lot to unpack here. I'm trying to get everything chronological order how I got it written down. So you got Just the Hilarious, No Hilarious. She's sitting in that chair, ain't asking one question. Charlemagne, you know what I'm saying, he over there, and then you got the real estate scammer jammer DJ Envy. All three of them looking like, when they interviewing this woman, Candace Owens, they are looking like she is just the second coming of y'all God, not mine. And the brand new piece of sliced bread that's done came out the factory for the first time. I mean, there were no questions that Charlemagne didn't put this woman to none of the same vitriol that she had for black people and black men and black women. When I tell you everything Charlemagne did was coast her right on through. Coast her right on through. Because I think he was so enamored by this woman, in his mind he was not going to take her down that road because he probably felt that she didn't deserve it. Well, all those people that she was talking about, I mean, everybody there was black. Y'all have not been paying attention to the things, the toxic stuff that she has been saying. Because the thing about Candace Owens is this. I don't support nothing that she do. It's not so much everything that she's saying is the problem. Because a lot of it is. The stuff that you could probably, I'm going to say, remotely relate to, her delivery of those messages is the real fucking problem. At the end of the day, we know she's going to say some stuff about black folks. But when it comes to maybe some socioeconomic stuff where we all can learn from, most of us probably wouldn't have a problem with it, secretly. However, how she presents that much is still the problem. See, she can't. I tell people this all the time, and it's a phrase that I've made up. If you hear it anybody else, if you hear it from anybody else, they got it from me. You can still tell the truth. You have to know how to navigate the truth and still tell the truth. Because even if somebody doesn't agree with you, they can respect you when it's all said and done. And most people have not mastered that art form where I can tell you the truth. If I can navigate the truth, still tell you the truth, and even though you don't support me, you can still respect me. Some people don't know how to do. It's an art form. It's an art form. See, and that's the problem. Some people don't know how to navigate the truth. They go straight to it. Okay, Those things are important when the lessons needs to be just boom in your face when there's no other options. That's another conversation. But just having a conversation the way she does and way all of us do on these YouTube, Twitter, and all these different platforms, you have to navigate the truth, still tell the truth, and people will respect you whether they agree with it or not. They will respect you. See, and Candace doesn't know how to do that. A lot of people on YouTube don't know how to do that. A lot of people everywhere, politicians don't know how to do it. But for Charlemagne to not have grilled her, at least we're not expecting Just Hilarious to drill Candace Owens, because Just Hilarious can't put one sentence together unless it's written down on that damn paper. And if I see them long fingernails one more time, baby, like, can you trim them down? You know, when I see, depending on who it is, depending on how long those nails are, when I see a woman with all those long nails, I think the thoughts where I have to call the Center for Disease Control or what you call it, the health department has to be, you know, send a quick email. You know. And for those of you that got them long females cooking for your man, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I said cooking. I don't mean in the bedroom. I mean cooking his food with those nails. You know. Well, whatever. So, getting back to Charlemagne, I expected this man to sit there the way he grilled Democrats, because he's been on that lately, going after Democrats like a whole lot. This woman is a conservative. See, and that's how you know that people like him and DJ Envy and a lot of other folks that say they Democrat, they are secretly conservative. They're secretly Republicans. Now, they talk a good game on these radio shows and on these platforms because they're trying to keep the connect with the culture. You feel me? They're trying to keep the connect with the culture, with the black culture, with that urban culture, with that, you know, we need reparations culture, we need change, we deserve change, we gonna get change. But secretly, they Republicans and conservatives. Don't be fooled by it. Don't be fooled. Charlemagne, DJ Envy, what's it, Stephen A. Phillips? Is that his name, Stephen A. Phillips? The one who always running off at the mouth just loud as I don't know what the fuck on his ESPN YouTube channel, wherever the fuck he be doing. And there's a few others. There's a few others out there. They are, you know, they keep the connect to the street and to the urban culture, black culture, to that kind of hip hop culture, rap culture. But at the end of the day, T.I. is another example of this shit. You know, he talk a good game. There was one part in that interview when they interviewed Candace. I believe her when she said, when she was talking to T.I. over the phone, he had a whole different mindset, whole different tone in his voice when he was talking to her. But when they got on stage or whatever shit that was some years ago, all of a sudden he flipped the script. Exactly, because they all secretly conservative and Republicans. Charlemagne, DJ Envy is no different. Just Hilarious, I'm not sure. She probably can't spell Republican, not to mention voted when she go to the ballot box. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure about her. But I know Charlemagne is and she's the biggest, and DJ Envy is a real estate scammer jammer. Okay? So, that's what's going on there, people. That's what's going on there. So, but Charlemagne recently was on Comedy Central. And I'm going to cut this video in a minute. He was on Comedy Central. And, you know, he was saying some stuff about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Everybody know it. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, you probably are in your corporate office, cubicle, industry plant. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean industry plant like you've been planted there to spy, unless you have. I mean, if you work in the industry like a warehouse or some type of facility like that, then that's what I mean by industry plant. Like you're in there like that. But we all are DEIs. Black, if you female, if you Mexican, Asian, we all are DEI, right? Charlemagne says a lot of it is garbage. I don't agree with that because I've said the best example that I can give is if I have the same degree, whoever's watching this, me and you have the same degree, education, experience, volunteer service. We both, killed at the interview. We both came from Ivy League schools or just a school that's been around for a number of years that has a great reputation. Because that's another thing, that Ivy League shit is kind of like whatever, right? Let's say you white, or you Asian, or you Indian, or you Latino, and I'm going up against the white guy. I don't get it. Okay. Going up against the Mexican guy. I don't get it. Minority is in there. Going against the Indian guy. I don't get it. Hold on now. Going up against the Asian guy. Don't get it again. What am I doing? Again, same qualifications. Same experience, Ivy League school level, all that. And at some point, yeah, the DEI is in there, but I can't get in there. So now it's like, do you have a problem with blacks? Because you don't got all the other minorities in, great, not a problem. But the ratio to black people versus other minorities and a white person getting in that would be like a 4-to-1 situation. 4 of them, one of us. And then the next hiring phase is what, a year or 2 years later? And now you've hired 12 people, but now in 2 years you've only got 2 black folks. At some point, it's a problem. And then you get to the point where, okay, we ain't hiring no more black people, but we got to get rid of some of these other minorities too. So now we're going to hire all white folks. So now in 10 years from now, you got 30 whites, 5 blacks, 10 minorities, 10 other minorities. The odds are stacked against everybody who DEI is at that point, you have to say something has to change. There have to be some type of DEI. Because in 40, 50 years, 80% of the population in that company is going to be white. And meanwhile, black folks, other minorities, we got the same qualifications. We got the same experience, Ivy League school, tenure, all that. We can't move forward. But that 80% is moving forward, though. And keep fucking moving forward into these high positions. So what is the 20% of them? What are we fucking doing here if we can't never get ahead? We got the same education, same Ivy League school experience, all the shit. It's a problem. See, Charlemagne is assuming that most of these companies, there's more black people in power than there is white folks. What he fails to realize is he living in an alternate fucking universe, because the reality is, in the universe that we live in, it's more white people in power than it is black. And in any corporation, you're going to find that. You're going to find it. He's speaking from a certain point, like they're going to be backlash. There's not going to be any backlash if 80% of the people in power in these companies are just working there as white, and all of them, and 10% of them are controlling the damn company. There is no backlash if you in power. There is no backlash if you the culture. So Charlemagne don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He has no fucking idea what he's talking about. There's not a corporation industry in this fucking world where black people are the majority, and they in power, and white people are giving them the backlash. It's just not the case. It's the other way around. But in his attempt to be funny on Comedy Central while he was in that seat, he didn't get his fucking information right. He didn't get his facts right. See, he thinks he's a very intelligent person. I'll give him a certain level of intelligence. I don't give a fuck how many books. I write books too. They may not be New York Times bestseller, but nigga, I know how to fucking write them books. You see what I'm saying? And this ain't about jealousy. This is him once again being this invisible knighthood. Since the dragons, we in the dragons den, might as well talk about it. Charlemagne has been given this invisible knighthood to speak for all black folks. See, they ain't going after nobody else. They ain't going after Roland Martin. They ain't going after Amanda Seales. They ain't talking to them. Fox is not talking to Amanda Seales. See, Fox is not talking to Roland Martin. Okay? CBN and all of them, they not talking to the people who understand what's really going on. They talking to Charlemagne. Because he on his fucking radio show and he don't did this and he did. What he is a puppet in a little puppet stage. The ones that little kids make in elementary, or the ones they do in their mama's living room. Mama, look at me. We're going to have a puppet show. Yeah, okay, honey. That's what's going on here. Because ain't no fucking way if these people, these reputable news people, are trying to really understand, they're gonna go to every black person whether they like them or not. That's how you supposed. That's the correct way you get the right answers. I'm saying one thing. Somebody else may be in favor of Charlemagne and the shit he do. Go to different places, get different takes on it. But see, these people are particularly going to Charlemagne. And there's a reason for that. Because he has been designated as the only black person that they believe that they need to fucking talk to. That's the problem. And he's accepted that, like he's been knighted or something like that. Might go to the guillotine, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, who made Charlemagne? Who made Charlemagne this fucking speaker of all black folks? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Charlemagne does not. I mean, with all the shit that's going on the Breakfast Club, they constantly in scandals over there. The man is, you know what I'm saying? What? Because he knows Oprah, because he knows people but he, you know what? Come on. Now, we ain't gonna dig in nobody's history and the stuff that they've done, because that's whatever. But if you are going to get technical about who you should be going to, Charlemagne should be the lowest man on the pole. Because there are real scholars out there. There are real people who understand what is going on. Y'all chose Charlemagne because his ideas line up with y'all's. You had been searching for years. You conservatives, you Republicans, you Candace Owens style of people. Y'all were looking for years to find that one black person who has this type of platform that is in touch with the youth, that is in touch with the culture, to go after and, you know, mold him conversation-wise. You found him. But what you found was an idiot to the real truth of what's going on. I don't care what he say about that show. I don't care how many black hip-hop, rap, R&B artists he don't interview and everybody else. He is not the voice of black folks. He's not the voice of black people. He's not. And I've never once heard him say, go speak to some other black folks and see what they have to say. Matter of fact, how about we have a forum, me, Charlemagne, Roland Martin, Candace Owens, Get Amanda Seals. Get all of their ass on one panel, and you're gonna get some real conversation. Real conversation. Yeah, you're gonna get some real conversation. Then you'll know for sure what's really going on and what all black voices have to say. Charlamagne is not the all the end all when it comes to black. I don't know why y'all stop going to this man. Stop listening to him as if he's some, messiah of truth. No, it's not happening. Y'all won't understand this. And when Candace Owens was just sitting there in all her glory. She was waiting for a challenge and they didn't give it to her. We were all waiting for a challenge. And y'all didn't give it to us when y'all had Candace Owens on the Breakfast Club. We know Jess wasn't going to do nothing. I keep going back to her because it's a blank. You know that chalkboard? You know the chalkboard that you clean and the teacher take the chalk and go across the chalkboard that screeches and gets everybody quiet? That's Jess's whole mind. That's her whole mind. Ain't nothing going on up in there. Ain't nothing going on up in there. If we were to go visit her mind, cobwebs, dark streets, you know what I'm saying? Rusty open bean cans, like you kick them down the street, tumbleweed blowing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't shit going on. Ain't shit going on. Ain't shit going on. So that was going to be an easy win for Candace. DJ Envy is so quiet. He quiet than a real estate mouse because he don't want to get stepped on by that cat called the FBI and the IRS. Okay? And then we got the, you know what I'm saying, he out there doing what he doing. It's a mess. So that's it, y'all. But one last thing before we get out of here. This is a long video, darling. I have a book coming out. The official launch is May the 2nd, 2024. The book is called Thicker Than Water. There have been many books with this title, but I guarantee you, this title, Thicker Than Water, is going to blow your socks off. For those of you who are looking for an inspiring story of a single mom trying to navigate the, just the journey and trying to go on with her life without her husband and trying to raise a young man to be a good, loving, honest young man of all people. Meanwhile, dealing with all the treacherous activities that are going on, you're going to love this book. You're going to love this book. And it comes out May 2nd, 2024. I'm excited about it. I've written another book. You guys can't get it. I'm going to have to republish it and do some other things with it. It was my first book. It was called Embrace the Destiny of One. Came out in 2005. But this one is coming out this year. I wrote this book 17 years ago. And it's coming out, and I got to get things worked out. You're going to love the cover. Oh, the cover is magnificent. You're going to love the cover. You're going to love the cover, love the stories. You're going to love the ending. And I hope you all go out there and support it. But as we get closer to doing things, because I want to do the launch and do some other things simultaneously, like go live here and talk about the book and stuff like that. And and just read y'all a few chapters and see how it goes, and y'all go purchase the book and all that. I just can't wait, and I'm so excited. So tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, all you subscribers that I have, and just go out and, spread the news. But anyway, y'all, that is the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this to the end. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate it. My name is Gregory. I am the Dragon King. Welcome to the Dragon's Den, and you all are welcome to the kingdom at any time. All right, y'all have a wonderful night.